Your girl's here to share with you what she knows real time. You hear me? We often, when bad things happen to us, our first inclination is to go further into the chaos, right? To be anxious, to have heightened emotions, to rush, to not pause, to feel like you have to keep going. But the matter of fact is, when you feel like you have been subjected to directed negative energy from a being, from a human, in a situation, whatever it is, and it's sustained and it's continuous, you must slow down. You must choose to pause before you respond. You must choose to pause before you go off on anybody. You must choose to slow down. I mean, all the way. Get organized. Figure out what you need to do. If your safety is in danger, figure out your best response. Figure out the resources you need. Figure out the support system that you have. And the worst thing you can do is doubt yourself and be less confident in yourself, or allow yourself to go into a state of depression, thinking if, like, for example, no one is there to help you. That's only going to make it so much worse, y'all. Like, you have to pause and you have to have a clear mind. And you have to think about your perspective of the situation. If you're looking at it like, man, things keep happening to me and they're bad, and you get mad at your life, you get mad at your choice, you get mad at God, and you turn your back and you go into further confusion and depression, it's just going to make you crash out even worse. You're just going to thump even harder when you start caring, when you stop caring, when you go numb, when you become disillusioned, when you become overwhelmed, when you become overburdened, when you just feel like it's just you are thinking. And so I just want to say, any disclaimer, any warning for anybody who's going through hard times such as this, use your own discernment. If it's too much, it's resonating too hard, please excuse yourself from the chat. We'll be here for you when you get back. It's for educational, entertainment purposes only, for spiritual reflection. But yes, you must be as calm and grounded in your roots as you can. I was doing a spiritual practice, y'all. Like, I'm developing content for daily spiritual practices that I'm going to be releasing on an app, hopefully within the next 2 years. But I'm testing them all on myself. And so one of them today, it said, strength is calm. Having strength is being calm. And true power is actually rooted and can endure. A lot of times people think strength is being like all loud and bah, and being responsive and being the one to handle everything right then and right there. But when things get hard, being calm, having discernment, observing, not absorbing, so that you can make the next best move. And also so you can have the quiet you need to hear the guidance from your inner voice and from the Most High God. If you truly surrender to God and say, I have confidence in myself, enough peace to be grounded in this moment, even though I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, even though I might not know how I'm going to pay this bill tomorrow, but I know that God has the ultimate design, control over the ultimate design. And it's up to spirit to decide that design. But I can be a participant in the flow that God has for me. But I have to be quiet enough to hear it, the guidance. I have to be receptive enough to know when a door opens. I have to have enough discernment to know which offer is actually good for me versus which one is meant to ensnare me more. We all have the ability to move in this intentional, reflective, aware, guided way. We just have to slow down, and we have to clear our field, and especially in times of emergency, of anything that's going to set us off, going to trigger us, gonna make it worth. So if you're in a got flooded like I did in South Suburbs, y'all, system it. My family was arguing. First couple days, just arguing over stupid stuff. And I felt like checking out. I felt like being numb. Honestly, I didn't feel like hearing about what nobody had to say because I was just trying to deal with the flood and the loss and everything. But instead, I shut it down. I said, that does not, right now, that's not going to happen right here. And doesn't mean that we're not going to talk about it and work it out. But right now, we're going to be respectful to each other. Right now, we're a team. And right now, we're going to work together to get out of this, to make the best of this, and be grateful that we are alive, healthy, and thriving. But we're not going to ignore what we're talking about today. Obviously, it's something as a tribe we got to work on later down the road that would influence, that we will work on. I will work on with the inner circle. But today, when we're in the middle of crisis, we are not going to bring confusion, and nor are we going to allow any confusion to come into this field, to this collective space, when we are already exhausted and tired and frustrated and irritable. Limit those distractions. Limit the negativity, whether it's TV, music, people, situations, places, things. If you know that bad stuff is happening to you constantly, why go out to the club where there's a whole bunch of bad influences, bad energy, dense energy? You just increasing your likelihood of something popping off. Like, if you got bad stuff happening to you, like people, cars swerving at you, coming out of nowhere, and just reckless driving, like why drink and get on that road? Why don't you stay home and just get you a couple brews or something? Just chill, put your feet up. Why don't you slow down a little bit? Also, don't avoid taking care of your body in the middle of a crisis. You gotta take care of your body. If you're sustaining multiple, you could call them directed energy, you can call it attacks, or maybe you're just getting reset. I think I'm getting reset. I think I'm got the big recalibration happening, okay? So if you got the big reset happening to you, the big recalibration happening to you, like, make sure that you're hydrating. And I'm speaking because I got to go get my water now. And that you're taking care of your body. Don't be so caught up fixing stuff that you don't take care of your body. Make sure you're still moving. Make sure you're still meditating. Make sure you're still reflecting. Making sure that you wake up every day and set that intention. And when you go to bed, you make sure you leave all of that mess, all of that worry. Give it to God. Give it to the mother. Give it to the earth. Give it to your ancestors. Give it to your spirit team. Give it to your daddy. I don't know. Give it to somebody so you can go to bed. Because you need that rest so that you can think clearly and so that you can be decisive and have discernment in the critical decisions that you need to make. And you got to let yourself rest. When we are on go trying to fix stuff, we get on go, and it's very hard to get us turned off. I speak it from myself. I got that stomach bug, y'all, after the flood, in the middle of the flood, because it was crazy. And usually I wash all my vegetables profusely, but we were in the middle of everything, and I just grabbed that black grape, bringing it under the faucet, ate that thing, and don't you know, my stomach, oh my gosh, y'all, it was terrible. I've had food poisoning. First was Egypt, and then this time, yes, it hurt. So I recommend you wash all your vegetables, okay? But in the middle of that, of all the chaos that was happening, I had to go in a ball for 2 days and just take it. Just take that pain. I didn't talk. I made a decision. I said, I'm going to tell people what's happening, and I ain't going to talk to nobody. I'm going to take care of my kids, but I'm not going to talk much. I'm just going to be in a ball in pain. And if it gets worse, I'm going to go to the hospital. I'm going to talk to my doctor. And I just decided to rest. I didn't eat. I just rested, because that's what I thought I needed at that moment. I rested. I stopped moving stuff. I stopped taking stuff to the dump, because I knew I needed to stop. To get my body, my heart might be there, my mind might be there, my spirit might be there, but my body wasn't there. And I had to make sure my body got back right so I didn't fall all the way off the cliff. I hope that this message is helpful. I hope that it resonates. Vel'nari Sha'Kai. Peace. Y'all stay strong. I love you.